Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very interesting session. In today's session, we'll be talking about the highly controversial Sanjay Dutt, Nora Fatehi controversy, the controversial song, and we'll be discussing about that. We'll also be discussing the fact that Rahul Gandhi has another egg on his face, and much more in today's session. So make sure you see the whole session, and it's over to you.
Yeah. So, as you know, friends, there's a big, a sort of a backlash on the vulgar lyrics of the movie in which Nora Fatehi and Sanjay Dutt are acting. The song is called Sarke Chunari, which now gets pulled after NHRC notice. Now, the backlash against the song intensified after advocate Vineet Jindal filed a formal complaint with the Central Board of Film Certification and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The KD, the Devil song, features Nora Fatehi and Sanjay Dutt. The song, has been now removed from YouTube and other platforms after a major backlash. So now the rules have also changed, and within 3 hours, if when reported within 3 hours, such content has to be removed from YouTube is the condition. So this is very good news because now neither the filmmakers can play nor can YouTube play. So this is good news. Welcome, Sunita, and welcome Rajkumar. And uh, Aman says people want to listen to such songs in real life after knowing the true face of every people still follow. Now, this can be very subjective, so I would not agree with you on that, Amar Kumar. So now, so apparently, in the song, it's like the lyrics are pornographic, and I don't know what they wanted to convey through the song. If you want to talk about sex so openly, you do it. You don't need a song and a vulgar dance by Nora Fatehi to show you what it is all about. Now, apparently, Nora Fatehi says, you know how Bollywood is. Bollywood immediately says that, oh, we did not know. And suddenly she becomes a foreigner, an Egyptian, and she doesn't even understand. So she says that, see, in the earlier, 3 years back, it was a South Indian version where, she did not understand much about the lyrics, and hence, she did not give it much thought. It was a Kannada song. So she said in an Instagram video, which when she shot the song originally, she relied entirely on translations provided by the team, which she claimed she did not raise any red flags at that time. Now she says the Hindi lyrics would receive backlash. She knew that, and she when she heard the song, and she went on to say, when they played the Hindi version, I knew we were going to have issues because at least I understand Hindi. I told the director it's not going to be okay. This is going to get a lot of backlash. I dissociated myself with the project. As you see, I didn't promote it at all. I again flagged it to the director, and I said my image and reputation is on the line. Now, see, this is rather strange because, when she's dancing to the lyrics of this song, at that time she knows exactly what movements she's making. So, if the movements and the lyrics have no, sort of connection, then she must be just a dumb blonde, because what is she dancing to? So you understand that this is similar to when you remember when she was receiving gifts from this jailbird, Sukesh, isn't it, Jaydev? Sukesh, at that time,
Yeah,
she did, yeah,
Sukesh
Sukesh
Chandrasekhar.
Chandrasekhar. At that time also she denied getting gifts, from him, and said that it was all nonsense. Whereas Jacqueline, somewhere admitted that she did get gifts. So you understand that this woman is blatantly lying to protect herself, and this is exactly what Bollywood does all the time. They purposely put it on your face, like this. What we said about Badsha last time, they put it on your face, they throw it, they try to understand how will the public react to it, and if there is reaction, then they will go on to apology mode and all that. And see, the funny thing is, even this guy, his name is now his name is director Prem. He's saying that, see, no, it was all about the lyrics are not vulgar. What they insinuated was all about alcohol. So you understand the way these people are going at it. So now that the advocate filed a formal complaint with the CBFC, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, now it has been pulled out of YouTube. So this is something that we all appreciate, because this is exactly what should happen if these people try to act funny. What has happened in between is that the rules with the YouTube have become very, very strict. So within 3 hours, they're supposed to remove it. Otherwise, they'll have to face the consequences. Now, my question to you, the audience, is that for ages we've been seeing people like Shilpa Shetty, Malaika Arora, Nora Fatehi, and all these what you call item dance girls, doing everything and wearing absolutely nothing. Now, the entertainment, industry itself is, I would explain it just as a marketplace, and it is, it only wants to draw attention as they make money out of it. And when we strip away the PR friendly talk of artistic expression or empowerment of women, the reality is often much more transactional. For many performers, glamour is a high end business strategy. Provocative songs and clothing generate viral reach. Now, like one of the viewers said, that this is what people want. So this creates viral reach and high play. The moment you appear like this, Banaika and all the others get called to clubs and dances and marriages where they are asked to perform in the same manner, and they also get reality TV contracts. So remember, these women are also to blame. We're talking about everybody from Malaika Arora to Nora Fatehi to all these item girls, Shilpa Shetty, all these women, they wear absolutely nothing, and all the songs are so vulgar that you can't even see it with your family. Okay, and then they say that, see, what can we do? The director said it, or this is what was expected. Madam, you are contributing to this nonsense, and the fact that you are trying to rip apart the social fabric of our country. Now, in an industry that often sidelines women as they age, maintaining a sex symbol status is a calculated way to stay financially relevant. It isn't necessarily about deriding women, they say. It's about surviving and thriving in a system that rewards skin over substance. Now, this is something that we spoke about in one of the earlier sessions also, where you see Malaika with a man who is the age of almost the age of her son, a diamond merchant son. So what is she doing with him? Of course, they're not playing games. Of course, there's much more to it. So in Bollywood, it's like, it's about supply and demand. So Bollywood is a reflection of its audiences. The producers invest in vulgar songs because they historically yield massive YouTube views and the box office openings. As long as millions of people click on these videos, as Vio mentioned, the industry will continue to produce them. The item girl troupe exists because it remains one of the most reliable ways to sell a movie to the masses. And the women really don't care whether they are showing which part of their body. Now, while many actresses claim they choose these roles, the choice is often made within a very, very narrow, sort of corridor. If a performer refuses to conform, to the industry's demands for sex appeal, they are frequently replaced by someone who will, replace them. This creates a cycle where women feel forced to participate in their own objectification to keep their seats at the table. So there is actually a massive growing gap between Mumbai elite bubble and the traditional values of the rest of the country. What a performer is a high-end, Bandra studio considers fashion or art, a family in a smaller town may see it as an affront to public decency. Now, this is also something very, weird. So, because they'll keep saying that, see, are we becoming, a moral police, and why are we, saying all this? So there's a very clear demarcation. If you want to go into pornography, Nora Fatehi and all of them, like Mia Khalifa and all, can go into pornography. Nobody has any problems. But there is an age control, right? Here it's not like that. Here small children may also see these videos, and this is not right, isn't it, Jaydev?
Yeah, so few points I would like to add is how did the CBFC censor board approve this song? That is the big question mark. And so I do feel that the censor board is also to blame equally for passing this content, this obscene song. And also, we have understood that after the success of Durandar, that Bollywood does not know how to create content which people will go to the theaters and watch. So they because Karan Johar's film of Aryan, what's his name, Karthik Aryan, that flopped big time. So now Bollywood is in a fix as to what kind of content they should make, which is better than Dhurandhar, because they want people to come to the theater and watch their films. So now they have gone to this extent that it is like literally soft porn, that is used to grab attention and eyeballs at any cost. So this
So
is the
Jaydev,
level.
here, this is not soft porn. If you, I just a chance to listen to the lyrics of this song. It is more than vulgar. It is pornography. Openly, they are doing it with this woman's vulgar dance. So one thing very important, Jaydev, is that in this, in this sort of Bollywood, there is so much of hypocrisy in their narrative because all the time they want to show women-centric movies where you have Rani Mukherjee, because of course now Rani Mukherjee can't do any item songs. She has also become roly poly. Now she plays now women-centric. Now these are the same directors who are also showing these women in such in nude form, and these very women are become the props, for these vulgar songs. So the brutal truth is that money and metrics usually trump morality in show business. Until the financial incentive for shock value disappears, the content is unlikely to change. So this is something very, very important, Jaydev. See that industries like Bollywood totally rely on selling women and their flesh. So there's nothing more to it. It's just simple and straight. And the moment they are pulled up, they'll just remove the song. That's all. They don't have any shame. Now, see, each one of us work through our lifetime to create a very good reputation, for ourselves, so that when we die, people know us in a good way. But Bollywood is not like that. They live for a day. Now, Ranveer won't care whether he's dating 10 girls and then he gets married to Alia Bhatt. So similarly, if you look at the kind of marriages now, Sunita came out with a very nice comment by saying that, see, of late, Tamanna, is reduced to such crap. She can actually act, ma'am, and did nice roles in some films. I would totally agree with you because I have seen some movies in which she has acted very well. Now, the fact is that, see, these people, these women get huge amount for these kind of sort of dances, vulgar dances, which again then makes them go to clubs, marriages, like Shah Rukh Khan uses all this pan parag and things like that. So they graduate from movies to movie songs to other social functions where they even wear fewer clothes. I was shocked when I saw one of the dance in these shots, Jaydev. I was shocked to see Malaika Arora wear such a teeny weeny underwear, and everything showing. And do you think that she is only entertaining these her boyfriends? No, there's something more to it. If she can wear something like this, absolutely shocking, that too in a wedding or some function. So this is what is happening. They graduate from this to that. So it's only a question of making money.
Yeah, it's most importantly, it's making money. Also, there's an agenda for Bollywood that they want to pollute the young minds of India by showing such content on Instagram. They wear such vulgar clothes and they call photographers in the airport to take pictures of them. And also, don't forget the fact that Ekta Kapoor's OTT platform, which used to show, a soft porn sort of, series and stuff. That also, the court said that it polluted the minds of young Indians. And if you remember, and that's how, yeah, that inspiration, Mr. Raj Kundra also, started his own, films. But right
So,
now,
Jaydev,
yeah,
yeah. So, let me take a few comments before I continue. I'm sure they did this song on purpose. Audience, however, now finds it cringe, unlike earlier. That this is mostly Sanjay Dutt's wet dream being realized. So here, let me tell you something very clearly, friends, is that now the rules are very, very strict. As of early 2026, the government has stripped away the safe harbor protection for platforms that don't act fast. Now, if you talk about YouTube, now the 3 hour rule under the IT digital code rules, platforms like YouTube now have merely 3 hours to take down content after a government notice regarding vulgarity or obscenity is sent to them. Now, the platform is accountable. If a platform like YouTube or Instagram knowingly permits what the government deems unlawful and unlawful vulgarity, they can now be held legally liable as if they produce the content themselves. So you see, that's how strict they have become. This is why you're seeing songs like Sarke Chuneria vanish almost instantly. Now, these new rules require all digital content to carry an explicit content description, as in sex, nudity, language, similar to film ratings. And the NHRC's new role is that they are now actively treating extreme vulgarity as a human right violation, arguing it creates a predatory environment for women and children. This moves the debate from bad taste to illegal act. So, and the reason again we come back to the same fact is that these women are, it's what is it all about? High octane monetization. So with this they make enough money to buy posh bungalows and posh cars and whatever luxury they want in this world. Yes, back to you.
yeah. Not only YouTube, Facebook and Instagram also should be given, strict warnings by
No,
the
it's the
government of
same. Now it is also Instagram, YouTube and Instagram.
That's a very welcome move, so that the young minds are not corrupted by this, vulgar content.
I find it very,
Yeah,
very strange, Jaydev. See that in all these, these entertainment programs, these live programs like Indian Idol and all, sometimes you find children wearing almost literally nothing. So this is all being learned from Bollywood and other Collywood and Tollywoods, because this is what they're showing. So if the parents, with their, little knowledge that they have, they think this is what sells and they can make more money out of that. Unless these people are educated, nothing is going to happen. Your children are going to be exploited, and this has to stop.
yeah. So now coming to the next piece of news, friends, and this is with regards to Rahul Gandhi, and this is quite funny, isn't it? That the latest news with regards to Rahul Gandhi is that hundreds of retired bureaucrats and former military officers have accused Rahul Gandhi of undermining the dignity and decorum of parliament and demanded an apology from him. So, over 200 signatories noted in a joint letter on March 12th defied Om Birla's directives and staged a protest with the parliament complex. So, several opposition MPs staged a protest near Parliament's Makar Dwar over LPG concerns. Some were seen with mock brick stoves and raising slogans. So, it's this thing, hundreds of retired bureaucrats. So this is a very good thing that people and such bureaucrats, they are rightfully questioning what Rahul Gandhi is doing, wasting taxpayers' money. Each and every parliament session, so much of taxpayer money is wasted. Instead of discussing the important issues, he is acting like an anarchist. We have time and again discussed in various political discussions. And as we have the 5 state elections very close, namely Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Assam, West Bengal, and Puducherry, uh, you know, he's doing all this kind of drama because he's being advised by the likes of George Soros Foundation and the CCP. So you can see that at this point of time, when the war between Israel, Iran, and US is ongoing, Modi ji has proved himself as the ultimate Vishwaguru by securing so much of LPG container ships, by securing a safe passage, and he is having good relationship with Iran. At the same time, he has good relationship with US, Israel, and also the GCC countries. Which Prime Minister of India has had such a fantastic relationship with all the global countries in the history of India? No one.
Absolutely.
Yes. So this is, in fact, I do expect that in Assam, that NDA is going to win very huge. In Tamil Nadu also, NDA will do well, but we remains to be seen as to how things work out in Tamil Nadu, and
Yeah.
of course West Bengal. Yeah.
Yeah. So now moving on to another piece of news. Now actress Rashmika Mandanna has warned of legal action after an old audio clip said to feature her mother went viral on social media. The clip is believed to be from several years ago and reportedly includes a conversation about her past engagement with Rakshit Shetty. In the audio, there are mentions of disagreements between the family, career related tensions, and misunderstanding during that period. The situation has sparked controversy online, especially because the clip resurfaced recently and led to renewed discussion about her past relationships. Many people have also raised concerns about privacy and ethics of sharing such content. Reacting strongly to it, she said, the audio is a private conversation that has been taken out of context and circulated without permission. She called it a serious violation of privacy and expressed frustration over repeated attempts to spread misinformation about her. Now, she had asked people to remove the clip immediately and warned that she will take strict legal action against anybody, including individuals, influencers, or platforms who continues to share it. Now, what was said in that clip is, important. The clip talks about issues between the two families during the engagement period, mentions the differences over Rashmika's career choices, especially acting, and saying that the boys' side did not want her to act, and refers to tensions and misunderstandings that developed at that time. And it also suggests that there has been pressure and disagreements that contributed to the breakup. The clip is said to be several years old and not recent. It's a private conversation not meant for public release. And she stated it's being shared out of context and has objected strongly to its circulation. So, the funny thing is, friends, is that there when such things happen, you can rest assured that this is not any YouTuber or influencer doing this. She would be having her own enemies, in the film field, who want to see her squirm, after her marriage with Vijay Devrakonda. So it would, if you, if I'm sure if she zeroes down on who is doing it, she'll find out who her real enemy is you know. So let's just take a few comments. Sunita says Rahul Gandhi himself is creating pandemonium in our peaceful country where the other parts of the world are waging war and people are getting killed in large numbers. One UAE leader told media that one phone call from Modi ji might stop the war. That's how powerful he is of late. Absolutely. And you can also understand the fact that Modi ji is very, very clear about his thinking. He is quiet when he needs to be quiet, and he's vocal when it has to be. So he's not like Trump, who's changing his tune in the morning and then later in the afternoon and then the evening. He is a very stable leader, and he thinks about the country and the countrymen before he commits anything. So what you said is very true, Sunita. Yeah, back to you, Joy.
Yeah. So now, friends, that speaking of the election, uh, Mamta Banerjee is very, very nervous ahead of the West Bengal election, and rightfully so, because we know that with regards to the SIR, she is against SIR, the special intensive revision, and also the fact that she has a lot of cases against her. She snatched the file of the coal scam controversy with the ED. Now, ahead of the election in West Bengal, security regarding Mamata Banerjee and the overall election process has been a high point of tension between the TMC and the Election Commission of India. And so, what has happened is that now there'll be the Amit Shah has previously accused Mamata Banerjee of compromising national security for vote bank politics, alleging that she allowed illegal infiltration into the state. Now, the Election Commission, following the 2026 reshuffle, assured that elections would be violence-free and peaceful by replacing key police officials, including the DGP and the Kolkata Police Commissioner, just before the two-phase election. So, this is a very huge move by the Election Commission before the election in West Bengal. So, they're going to replace the key police officials and also the DGP and the police commissioner. So the BJP and everyone, they are not taking this West Bengal election very lightly, and it's a very, very important election as far as India is concerned of West Bengal, because obviously there's a border with Bangladesh, and so many infiltration is there from Bangladesh into India, illegal infiltration. So this is a huge, election for NDA and BJP and Modi. So we'll wait and see how people in West Bengal hopefully vote when
Yeah.
they can safely go and cast their vote without thinking of anything else.
Yeah. So moving on to a another very interesting point, Jaidev, is that the 57-year-old Pujari, Ravi Pujari, a Don, who's currently in jail, was produced before a special court under the Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act, Makoka, on Wednesday and remanded to police custody until 27th March. Now, you would ask, who is Ravi Pujari? Ravi Pujari is a 57-year-old Indian gangster and former associate of Chota Rajan, who became prominent in the Mumbai underworld during 1990s. Originally from Udupi, he started his criminal activities in Andheri before fleeing India in the mid 1990s. Operating from abroad for over 2 decades, Pujari cultivated an image as a patriotic don while running an international extortion network. Using VoIP calls, he targeted Bollywood celebrities, real estate developers, and politicians. During this period, he lived under a different names such as Anthony Fernandez in countries including Senegal and South Africa. Now, after roughly 25 years of evading authorities, he was arrested in Senegal in 2019 and extradited to India in 2020. He is currently facing trial in multiple cases, reportedly over 200, including charges of murder and extortion. According to a police release, the anti-extortion cell of the Thane crime branch secured his custody from Parapana Agrahara Central Jail in Bangalore and brought him to the city on Tuesday. Police alleged that in 2017, he demanded 10 crores from a construction businessman in Thane and threatened to kill him if the money was not paid. When the demand was not met, his associates allegedly opened fire at the businessman's office. A case was registered at Kasarvadahalli police station under relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code, including extortion and criminal intimidation. And officials said Pujari has around 44 serious criminal cases registered against him. Now, why I'm talking about this is because suddenly Farah Khan, she must have, I think, forgotten about her cooking for the moment, cooking for celebrities, and suddenly she started opening up about a troubling chapter in Bollywood's history, saying that the film industry in 1990s was heavily affected by pressure from the underworld. So somewhere I feel she has been sent as a warrior to protect the Khans. Okay, because after Durandar, the Khans have gone almost, they have become fossilized. Now here comes a brave warrior, Farah Khan, who leaves her servant to the wolves, her cook to the wolves rather, and she comes to protect none other than the Khans. Okay, so she explained that during the time, even the biggest stars, including Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan and Amir Khan were not immune. According to her, these actors were all under pressure, meaning they had to deal with threats and influence from criminal elements operating behind the scenes. So, the way she's talking about this shows that she's like a babe in the woods. These the Khans are babes in the woods, and they need protection from Mama Farah. So she recalled an incident connected to Karan Johar's debut film, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Around the time of its premiere, there was a serious underworld related threat that caused fear among those involved. And the situation became so alarming that there were concerns about whether the premier event would even go safely. Despite these challenges, people in the industry continued to work, often putting on a brave face while dealing with fear in the background. Farah emphasized that this wasn't an isolated experience. Many in Bollywood during that era had similar encounters or pressures. Her comments shed light on how deeply the underworld had penetrated the film industry at that time, turning what should have been a creative field into one where safety and survival were also major concerns. Now, if you look at this, friends, why are we not surprised at what she said? Because if you look at Paramveer Singh, the way he operated, and his junior, all of them were the same. And then Shah Rukh Khan's secretary goes and says that she tried to bribe the narcotics officers by giving them huge bribes during the Cordelia case. So you mean to say that all these Khans learned this, bribing, extortion, everything from these dons? So let us not even think about, the kind of nonsense that comes out of Farah Khan's mouth, because she is not one anybody could believe. Her brother is not at all. And now, at least even if you had 10% faith in what Farah Khan said, even that goes away when you know that she's trying to revive the fate of these Khans who are all in doldrums. And the only things that they have is pan parag and those kind of advertisements, or maybe even toilet cleaners. This is what I've noticed. So other than this, they don't have much to do, isn't it, Jerry?
Yeah, so this is not surprising, and we know that during the 90s, Dawood Ibrahim and the whole underworld Bollywood connection is very, very, it was very deep, and actors and actresses literally had to fall at the feet of these underworld dons to get some sort of, film role, or even the music artists were also under the thumb of these underworld dons. And after that, after 2000, Dawood and all lost his significance. But now, people after, especially after social media and after SSR, now they don't know what to do, because people, number one, they have a very short attention span. People have choice of so much of overdose of content across YouTube and other OTT platforms, so they don't know how to catch the attention of youngsters today. A few films like Durandar has managed to become huge hits. Apart from that, the so-called concept of superstardom in Bollywood is no longer there, because in the 90s and early 2000s you had Shah Rukh Khan and many others like Salman Khan, who were superstars. But now the concept of superstars in Bollywood is no longer there, so they don't know how to come to terms with it.
No, but see, what happens is they have other careers, Jaideep. So, because all these Cornerstone and all that, they are the ones who control the ads. So every little Alia Bhatt and all these people, they'll keep on getting ads. So they will get money somehow. By hook or by crook, these people will make money, even if they don't have even one film to talk about. So they will find different ways going to,
But they
cook.
have lost their significance.
Yes,
Is
their credibility they have lost. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is all for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. So, friends, if you do like our content, make sure to smash the like button. Yeah,
Good night.
that,
Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.